Well, hey tech fans, this is your tech lead. I should make some ID. It's like when you go in IT, you would wear team lead, technician, whatever it is your title is. I should do that, but I don't do it. I should. So, I'll bring you into this. This is my part of the studio here. This is my emergency room area here. That's why it looks like it does. But I'm using the best camera I have. What I wanted to say is certain cameras work better with certain lighting. Okay, so here we got 285 watts. We got a soft box, which is a rectangular box. This way, rectangle this way. Then we have another one that can be used as a regular light shoot on a tripod connected to that way and aim directly at you. But I have it aim on the ceiling to flush the look. But we can change the different settings from cold to hot to warm settings. It depends what I want it to look like. So there. So because a lot of people talk about cameras, and most of the tech channels turn it into camera channels. I guess this is what you have to do. There's only so much you can talk about with Windows. Windows, Chrome OS, iOS, Mac OS. Then you have the Android stuff too. Android TV and Google TV, which are basically the same thing. The interface is different for each one. Then you got Fire TV. So we ended up with the Fire TV. That's what the Costco one. The one they sell for Costco like for $249. I know that price changes. We got it for $200 because we had a welcome back token. So that helped a lot. What I think about that TV, we have it for a couple of months now. We got it like late during the Christmas time era. It's a Fire TV, so it's mostly heavy, dense on Fire TV's ecosystem, which is basically Amazon. So when you use YouTube on the Fire TV, it's not the same interface. It looks like the same, but it's not. That's why we have the Google TV add-on to it. To add on to it gives it, press the home button, you're in Google TV. And then on the Fire Stick, you press the Fire Stick TV button, home, you go back to the Fire Stick ecosystem. Which is better? Well, it depends. Everything I do is YouTube and Google. So in the Google interface, it's more related for me. Then I have YouTube, YouTube Premium, so the interface works great for me in that instance. I have everything. I can see all my channels. I can see everything up front. I'm not saying I can't do it on the other side, but to me, it's not the same. It doesn't feel the same. It's kind of weird. Now, I also have Amazon Prime, so we have Amazon Prime Video. That ecosystem for that is completely different. The ecosystem for, even though Google made it more like their, when you go to Prime, you can see like previews, but Google adds a different flair to it, since they are the ones controlling Android, and Fire Stick is based on Android, but it's based on the Amazon Google system, or ecosystem, I should say. I shouldn't say Google. Well, basically it is. So it has that flair for that. I mean, that's all right. I find the Fire Stick has to be cleaned a lot. Just as you clean your Windows PC, you have to clean it. Now, some of you don't clean it. You let the bloatware and everything that's just fall into saying, gee, why is this laptop, why is this desktop so slow? Because you don't clean it out. You're supposed to clean it out. I was cleaning mine out every day, but I got so wrapped up making videos and editing. I do editing, video editing, photo editing, thumbnail creation, all this. I do everything myself, and it's a lot. It's a lot to do. I'm not saying it's not a big deal. Like, for instance, I'm on the Nikon Z30 right now, right? So on the Nikon Z30, you can record. You record at 14-bit, which is the highest bit rate. It's between 12 and 14. I choose 14. And to take photos, you have option RAW, R-A-W. RAW allows you to manipulate the software when you put it on the computer to edit the thumbnail and give it a better look to it. Now Nikon has their own software. You don't have to buy additional software, to use. So it pulls up their NDF files, okay, or it's NEFs. It's called NEFs. So NEF files open up in their picture editor. You can change. You can see by default what the picture was shot at. Now you can bring life into that picture by selecting vivid or different color schemes you can go with. Okay, it's free. As long as it only works with their software. So and then there you can send that picture. Well, I just copy it and send it to a program I use for editing further, and set it to the right thumbnail size. See, I always thought the thumbnail size was 1920 by 1080p, but it's not. In Google's interface in the studio, it was creating thumbnails. I saw it was 1408 by 768. I set it to 100% clarity, which is the highest. I mean, you could do it manually. The software out there that's free that will do it for you. Because some people have, I say, I'll do an example where the title would go either on top of your face or behind your head, which looks pretty cool. But I can do the same effect by creating that same image, right? Same background with I'm not in it. I can put the title behind me. Then I can take a picture of me in the picture. But I can transparent myself, so you only see my head and my shoulders. Then I can put myself into that picture and cover and my head will be behind the text. You can do that effect. That's another way of doing it. It's not hard to do. It's time consumption to do it. Yeah. Well, anyway. Yeah. Yeah. So it's better to shoot in RAW than it is JPEG. So when I create an image or do a thumbnail on this camera, so it'll come out in RAW and also in JPEG, so I can have a choice. JPEG, it's harder to get that image into the size requirements for YouTube. It's a pain in the neck. Where I have already created a template on my own in the software that I use to edit to add graphics, add text, whatever it is. I'll put my logo in the picture, and I just put it. It's easy. 1, 2, 3. I'm done. No ands, ifs, and buts. That's it. I'm done. But if I use the JPEG that they supply, it's a pain in the neck. You can't do certain things with JPEG. You can't do much things with it. You can't put transparency. You have to convert it to PNG. PNG will allow you to do all of that. But I don't have much time to do much things like that, so I just try to get around it. Hey, out there, be careful buying SD cards for your camera. There's a lot of counterfeit going on out there. Be careful. Just be careful where you're getting it from. Some of the cards are coming up as error. Some of them can't read. Sometimes it's better to take the card out. If you have it in a slot, take it out of the card slot and push it back in. I have a couple of them here. Let's see. Ooh, what do we got? Show you the differences. Whatever you got. So these are the ones you get from Walmart. Okay. That's another studio part I built. I got 3 studios in one. So I built it like that. So this is how the 512 at Walmart comes. This is made by SanDisk. But do they put the word? They have SanDisk on it. It's called Image Ready Pro. I don't know if it's so tiny. Looks like this. This is 512. I usually use it in this camera. I have a 512 gig and a 256, half of that's 256 gig, and I put it in this one here. Okay. There's another one going around, which is SanDisk Ultra Plus 32. See, this doesn't have V30 on this. Oh, it has V V10, A1. This one is V30, A2, which is much faster. Will this camera see it? No. You have to use a certain one. You have to use a special UD. What's it called? UD something? Or USD? No, it's not USD. It's UDE, I think it is. Or U1 or something like that. That has to be that standard. So this won't work the way this card is. This will work in your PC and some other digital camera it'll support, but they don't work together. So you gotta make sure that these come from Walmart. It's SanDisk makes it for them. Walmart doesn't make anything like that. It's made for them. They got image. What's it called? Again, I can't remember this. It's because they have this in Image Ready Pro is the gold. Then they have the silver, and they have a red one. Okay, that's the basic one. I guess it would be more compatible with this one here. And those are the options you have. For the cameras, you better get the ones with the cameras because they work better. Chair's always in the way. So on the Sony, what's happening with the Sony Z30? So there's a lot of talk about the Sony Z30 online. People are not happy with them. I don't know. Well, I made mine like this. This is a tripod. This is a good tripod. This has the twisties. These have to twist. All you have to do is twist to the left, drops it down, twist to the right to tighten. It is one of the best ones. See? You twist to the right, it tightens. It won't come apart. And there's some out there that comes apart. It's annoying, you know? But this is one of the best ones. This is made by the same company that makes, I can't promote, what are these people again? They make filters, too, and tripods. I can't promote companies because I'm not being sponsored by anybody, so, but we can't talk about certain things. Everything I talk about on here, I'm not being sponsored. But, so this is the Sony Z 1F. Okay. I think this is better to use outside. I have the brightest lights on this inside. I mean, it does come out, but remember, this is 8-bit video photography versus 14-bit. I know you have 10-bit out there and 12-bit, but you know, I'm getting. That's me right there. So you see right there. That's not bad compared to what I went through. So I had to change the settings so many different times. So right now, this works outside perfectly. You can put I can put another filter on here. Right here is 62 millimeter. Here up to this point, here is 67 millimeter. So yeah, so we went from a 40.5 millimeter. That's that 20 millimeter widescreen they give you. Okay. This brings it up to twice the size. Goes to 40 millimeter. Plus, we have a 67 millimeter view angle. Okay, which is not bad considering what it can do. Up close, that's what I'm looking for. Up close. I don't want it too far away. I don't want a wide angle on this. So this is still usable. Okay. I was looking at the other brands. Like DJ's Pocket 3, okay, DJ. A lot of you run for that one. That's only 9 megapixels. I know I can do 4K. It's 60p or even higher. You like it because it has a little gimbal on it. But there's some problems with that too. They're not perfect. That one, and there's another company too that makes one. They have a removable gimbal head. That's basically the whole camera right there. They're cheaper. They might have a better 12 megapixels, okay, for the video, but they're lacking in certain things. They all lack in something, and That's what you have to decide on. What do you want? You can get these cameras. I know this camera is heavy. The Z30 is heavy. It looks just like that one. Same kind of lens. The only difference between the lenses, this is a 46, that's a 40, but now it's really 67 millimeter, and this one is 67 millimeter too. But this is wide angle, 0.45x, so it's wide angle, so you can see the whole area. And it's up, I can bring it up close, but it does create the piping. Okay. And so does that one too. This is someplace between 34 and 50 millimeter. This is really up close, but this is widescreen. When you put the telephoto on this one, it's really there, really up. This is not bad. I can judge it and make it even. So that's how that works. That's why I'll tell you what's going on here with the cameras. I see a lot of people talking about the cameras and what they each on, and say, "Oh, I don't like this camera because it can't shoot RAW," or "I don't like this camera because it doesn't look right." And they have them side to side. Listen, it doesn't really matter. What matters, that's how it looks for them. Whatever they're doing, you concern yourself with how it looks for you, and that's it. So, but to me, the Z30 is what it's just as good. It has a little issue with the lens. It might start to show fungus, and if you don't take care of the fungus, it can lead to like it looks like black and white or like a grayish, blackish splah on the video. I'm starting to see that myself. I'm being honest. Why lie? I contact Nikon. They can't help me. What it would have to done, it's still on the warranty. Give me another lens. But then nope. Nobody wants to do that. That's a shame. But I have their lens, and I have another set of lenses on here to make it look like. It looks just like this, because this is the Nikon lens right here. From here to here, it's the same thing. I have the same thing on the Nikon, except for here has a 40. It's a 40.5 millimeter up adapter to 46. Okay, so there's a 46 millimeter, and that's what this is on the Z30. They both have the same kind of lens. Same. I had to order one of these. Hard to get now. I don't know why. This is the hood lens. It brings it up to from 62 millimeter to 67 millimeter. Okay. There's a hot shoe on this. You can a cold shoe on this. You can put a camera on here. You can put the light on it. I showed you too. I hardly use the light anymore because we have all these lights. We got 4 85-watt bulbs. We have 2 hot shoes, and we got another one. We can aim right on you. But the lighting is going to vary with everybody. What works for me might not work for you. So you have to try and test and know what you're buying. You can get a 300-watt bulb. A 300-watt bulb, but maybe it's too big for this room. But still, you have that. So like I said, everybody's talking about, hey, get this. You have to decide what do you want. I picked the Z30, and I picked the Sony. The Sony was on sale. Plus, I already have a Sony here, so we already know how the Sony works. You know, I just use this in my other videos. But this looks like the ZV-1 with the projector out. You go zoom in, zoom out. See, same thing. It's doing the same exact thing. And then you just take the picture. But this has built-in flash. I can fake the flash out to show you. See? It popped up. Boop. Took the picture. And then it tracks back in. Oop. Well, it shouldn't retract back in. Let me turn it off. They have the camera just like that in this technology, and so does Canon. Canon has the Power V1. That's a lot of money for that. That's about $1,000. Remember, you can't add any more onto those. That's your lens. That's your telephoto lens. That's your wide-angle lens. Everything is inside. But they designed it. This is heavy too. Put it in your pocket. You can't put it in your top pocket because it'll hang over. It look kind of funny. But that's what it is. Like this. To take this on the road, take on a plane. It's bulky. You got to take all this off, pack it up, Same thing with the Nikon. Nikon's big. I have the Nikon 50 millimeter to 250 millimeter. That's like telephoto. That's a strong, so you can watch birds and look up things up close. I was thinking about getting a Nikon. They're cheap now. They come with the lens. They say, hey, why don't you just buy that? Yeah, it'll be about with taxes and everything, like $600. And if you do it monthly for 2 years, you end up paying like almost $1,000 for it. It's crazy. But what cameras to buy? I wanted to get the new Canon, the Canon EOS R50V. I want to play around with that, but that's only 10-bit. It might have better compression. Audio's, it should be where it's supposed to be. I don't have no Canon here. We have an older Canon, like which is this. This is a point and shoot. It's a little bigger than this, but it's the same kind of principle. I thought it was pretty neat. Wouldn't work for the GF. I had to fix it. What happened is the terminals got corroded. And as a Radio Shack former manager, well, I was able to clean it. There's a trick into that. So I cleaned it, and it worked. Now these, I heard that they can happen to them, even though they're gold tip. Well, they can get corroded eventually. But the Z30, occasionally it'll get hot. It depends. Right now it's 80 in here, right, with the lights on. And if I do a couple of videos, which I have to do soon, it'll get really hot in here. And it will shut itself off. And it can turn back on again. It can trick it and turn back on again. The Sony, same thing. Out of the box, when you reset it back to factory, it'll turn off if it detects it'll get too hot. They all turn off. Nobody can sit there, oh, this camera don't turn off. Oh, no, this camera never over. Yes, it can overheat. They all can overheat. That's why the new ones, some of them have built-in fans to keep it cool. They already know they get hot. I think the Canon Pocket, what's it called? No, the Canon Power V1. Sorry, yeah, the Canon V1 has a fan in there. There's some trade-offs with those kind of cameras. It depends on what you want to do. You're all gonna run to the gimbal. The gimbal's made in China. Okay, it's all of them. There's two of them. There's the Pocket 3 and the other Pocket 3 from the other Fuji company, whatever it's called. And then there's another cheaper one that has a larger screen, same with the gimbal, but it's not the same kind of camera. The audio is terrible. The specs on it's terrible. I was looking at it last night. It was cheap, like $269 for this thing. It's like an M5, they call it. I don't know. It might allow you to shoot in total darkness, which will be black and white, but that's not what you're buying it for. You're buying it to go outside and do video log and maybe talk and have it look at your face and lock on. That's where you buy the DIJ Pocket 3 or the Pocket 4 when they come out with a better one. You know, that's where you shoot it. But the Pocket 3 between the Pocket 2 from the DJI, the other model was better because it had better resolution. The next one, they cut corners. I guess they had to cut corners because the chips and getting the chips and everything because of the pandemic, made chips getting was hard. So they cut corners, so they made it, they use whatever they can get. So they couldn't give you higher megapixels. They can give you lower. That one was like 9 compared to the Pocket was like 64. What a big, huge jump difference. And you have to pay a lot more money for that. So the other brands, Nikon, Sony, and Canon, and Fuji, they want you to buy theirs. And Panasonic has the Luminix thing. And then there's other brands too, besides those. But I'm just going by what I can afford. Because a lot of you, I see in the comments, a lot of you can't afford these expensive cameras. Who can? Who can't afford them? And if you had the money, it can become obsolete. But a lot of these cameras are made during the pandemic. So they had to use what they can get. Make sure it has good compression. You should 4K 60 is only when you do a heavy duty movement. You're running, you're jogging, all that. That's what it's for. Then you have 24, which is cinematic. That's what I'm using now. Okay, and then you have 30. And I know the newer ones have higher resolution, but the bigger the camera doesn't mean the better the quality. Should you just forget the camera alone and just use your phone to do it? Yeah, your phone does everything. My phone is shooting in HDR 10 plus. None of these shoot in that. They might have some of that features in the Nikon, but it doesn't have the latest technology. The cell phone has it. But your cell phone can only do so much. You can get a gimbal for your cell phone. You can put a rack on top and have better lighting if you need it. It's gonna be, see, and then you're making it bulkier. So it's no trade-off. So you all get this little thing with the little gimbal on it, and you say, "Hey, that works." But you know it's not easy to work with that. And the battery is expensive, you know, and you have to get a lot of pieces for it. It does, for the money you're paying for it, you should have everything come with it. There's no excuse to add on, make it more expensive. But a lot of you get it. I mean, you can get a haircut, and you can hold it in your hand. You got the 360 Insta one. You can get the stick gets invisible. You can take a 270 shot of you, or a whole 360, front, back, and top of ceiling, like the whole area. Yeah. So those are the choices. These cameras can't do that. These are only straight. They're not 360. They can't get the back. You have to get more than one camera. So a lot of people get that. Some people have the little action box one, the GoPro boxes, the small one. I had one of those. I didn't care for that. Yeah, but that's me. You might need it so you can mount the camera on a helmet, mount it on your chest, and you have 2 cameras mounted. And, you know, you're doing it because you want to capture everything. You see those people traveling. They have multitude of cameras. Some people on a motorcycle, some people on a bicycle. They're taking pictures at different angles. Then they have to put the pictures together like a puzzle to make everything work right. So it looks like you can see, hey, how do you shoot himself? Then they have a drone flying over them too, to capture from a distance. So you see them riding. Because what, they're gonna have a helicopter riding with them? No. So that's what's available. You have to know what you need. What you do? Are you doing this strictly inside your studio, or are you going outside in the field? So that's it. I like how this one, it's locked onto my face. That's what the gimbal is doing. See, this is doing the same thing. It's locking onto my face. So the gimbal does the same thing too. And you're moving up like this, like that. And the gimbal's, that's what the SONY doesn't do that. Sometimes, let me see. I think I have a battery in this. See the zone. Oh, wait a minute. Cancel. I didn't touch anything. Sony can go vertical automatically. So all the information goes vertical. See? Go vertical. Automatically. It shifts. It's full touch screen. This is better than the ZV-1. The first one. The first one would look like this. Like I said, it would look like this. Then they make it like this. And sell it cheap. This gone back up a high price. But here you got 3 microphones built on top. 3 stereo microphones up here. So you got the front and the sides. The Nikon has 2 stereo microphones. Yeah. If you get the Creator Kit, it comes with the Rode. But the Rode is not stereo. Well, what I can find out, it's not stereo. There's another brand next to the Rode that nobody never heard of. They have one microphone with it's a boom mic. You mount it on the shoe. So there's a microphone in the front and a microphone in the back. So it can capture sound in the front to say you're doing an interview, and it can capture your voice. That's stereo. That's cheap too. I said, wow, that's really cheap. But it's supposed to be a good brand. They're 20-20 hertz, 20,000 hertz. So that's what you want. A lot of the cameras don't sound right, too. So the boom mics, they're all mono. Even the little one from the DIJ, the little portable one, it'd have to say stereo on it. You're gonna pay dearly for the little ones. And then you mount. You see them people have a little square box with the 2 blue lights, and then they got them on their wrist, right? Okay, but I have to have them on it. So when they do back massages or anything, or cutting your hair to create that sound effect, that's what the microphones they pick up, but they're mostly mono. It was true omnidirectional and stereo. It could pick up everything. You could hear everything. See this? Stereo. Sounds different when you record properly. Let me see something. It's getting hot. It's getting hot back there. Wow. It has really gotten hot. 82 degrees. So the heat thing's going to kick on soon, I know it. Hey, let me end this. 30 minutes is enough anyway. Hey, if you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button. Okay? Helps a lot. Thumbs up. Comment. Tell me what you think. Okay, that's it. We're out of here. Stay cool.